Welcome back to the show, everybody. Mr. Pop, that thing is in the building. That's me, the one and the triple, the G.O.D. Pounded. Everybody's favorite, everything, the Green Monster Squish Murder. Surrounded by my family, congregation, may you all be praised for holding down my six. The ladies of rage were in the building, the red to set the world in blaze. Betsy, Janine, Magdalene, the intern, Annalise, and Yo Girl, and my Miss Marcy K, Miss Marcy, Honani, Unos, Doses, Thraces, and Quattro, but most importantly, you. Yes, you're rocking live right here with us, right here on Team GRF TV. And yo, we are live with some more Pro Wrestling Rule, live right here with the Savage Era, baby, because yo, we have got the Elimination Chamber, aka Course Correction of Pay-Per-View Episode 1, and there was some courses corrected. But before we get to doors opening the pies, how about we take a look at what's going on in Kenny Omega's Pro Wrestling 2K21 Universe mode, because Carney Tony Khan has officially opened the magical, mystical, forbidden door, because goddamn, things have been popping off everywhere. So I got my notes, and I'm just gonna be just shooting things out there until we get to the Elimination Chamber, right? So, motherfucking Kenta, my nigga, in that Falls Count Anywhere match, I'm like, yo, regardless of all of that craziness, who would think that one of my favorite spots of the whole match would be John Moxley uses potato? I'm just like, yo, I am super down with this. I'm just like, yo, seeing Kenta in an AEW ring brings me joy to my heart. And knowing what the future holds, because, yo, a couple of days ago, said it himself, the Rainmaker! Kazuchika Okada, like, yo, I'm on my way to AEW. Get it in there. One of these, Rainmaker. Oh boy, oh my god. Okada, son. Oh my god. Oh man, this is getting dumb. I'm like, yo, since we own New Japan, since we've gone to this side of the Forbidden Door, let's talk about it a little bit. Finn Juice is in Impact, by the way. You know what I'm saying? I figured I'd mention that while that's on my mind. By the way, Private Party did not beat the Good Brothers, because for some weird reason, after all the hullabaloo, James Storm and other white guy, you know what I'm saying? You know, one half of Motor City Machine Guns. They call themselves, I think, Beer Gun or something now. Like Chris Sabin. Like, you know what? I'm being facetious. Look, I don't know why they was in the match. I kind of thought it would have been dope if Private Party would have took it. But given what other things are that we literally finna jump around and discuss, it is what it is with that. And other AEW, in New Japan news, because we going back to AEW in a moment, is Naito. Destino has a new plan now. He's going to channel Ibushi for the Intercontinental title. And I'm kind of like, it took you a year plus to come up with that, buddy? Really? Like, that's your plan. You're going to challenge for the Intercontinental belt. Seeing as I remember hearing for a second that Ibushi was going to unify the titles, which also made zero sense. But the thing is that when Naito won it, he should have dropped it in the first place. Hell, I said it a while back, Evil should have just gave away the belt, because Evil's that kind of motherfucker. Like, yo, here's a belt, Bullet Club, fuck your life. Did not happen. I don't get it. I don't know. Meanwhile, while we still talking about New Japan, King Switch is murdering everyone. He's very mad about this Bullet Club shit. Really mad, and he's taking it out on people. And I'm loving to see the violent streak. And also Tama Tonga out here talking this shit, and it is getting wicked out here in these streets, though. This Bullet Club shit, Forbidden Door, this shit is getting crazy, son. I'm just like, yo, I'm like this. I'm like, I'm just like, yo, I am loving every moment of this shit. Jumping back over to AEW, for some reason, Brian K. powerbomb Sting why he had on a G-Unit bulletproof vest. I don't know why Grandpa Sting at 61 is taking a bump like that. Why? That's why we didn't get Undertaker and Sting in the first. No, wait. We didn't get Undertaker and Sting because Vince McMahon and Triple H had a point. You know what? This is not the place for that. That's how I feel about WrestleMania 33. Okay? Cool, right? Topping all of this off. Last week on Impact, wonderful 6-man. Eddie Kingston killing it. It's good to see Lance Archer putting in work. Red Phoenix in the building. You know what I'm saying? Doing all this stuff. Even given all that. When it was over, John Moxley stood tall or whatever. He proceeded to get his ass whooped by the Good Brothers. And then the star of the pro wrestling game with this universe mode that's taking place in, Kenny Omega, you know him, right? You know, best bout machine, best wrestler on the fucking planet, walks out there and says, exploding barbed wire death match. The fuck? Like, I get it. I literally understand it. And it's like, when I was watching Dynamite Live when this happened, I didn't immediately get it. I did not quite understand like what Kenny was going for. Like, I understood it, but it didn't make sense until the history of when Kenny beat Mox for the title. He technically beat him straight up by hitting his opponent with the, we'll call that weapon or what? What do we want to call that weapon? We'll call that a microphone. We'll call that weapon a microphone because it is one. When they had that empty arena match and they tore each other apart and Mox got the best of them. But the question is that is hubris finna get in the way of Kenny keeping the title around his waist? Because you literally have to wonder, with our Carney Lord Tony Khan opening this forbidden door, what does this really mean for how being a champion works? Because again, it was crazy to me, but at the same time not, because understanding how Kenny Omega walked over in Impact and literally outshined the whole fucking roster, including the dude who should be World Heavyweight Champion in fucking Moose. But we're not going to get into that either right now. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't get it. But I just want more of it. I just want more of it. That's all. That Impact stuff was kind of weird. And speaking of that Impact stuff, our last thing we're going to talk about before we get into work is what happened with my boy Samuel Guevara as he quit the Inner Circle, which was supposed to be storyline related. So he went over to Impact, and allegedly the rumors was he was supposed to be in Decay. That got debunked. The thing was he was supposed to win the X Division title and run back to AEW with it and never defend it. Which doesn't seem like, even though Sammy Guevara is a heel, a thing he would do. So I kind of see why he called everybody, was like, why the fuck they got me doing this? Like, literally. He would be on Dark defending that against Fuego, because everybody loves Fuego. Get that birth. We're not going to do that either. So I don't know what that means. They say, Guevara say everything cool, people saying everything cool, but it just, I'm like, I agree with him turning that down and being like, nah, I don't think so. And it's like Impact should have probably thought that creative through a little bit more, because I would have loved seeing Sammy sit up here and compete in the X Division like that. Samuel Guevara, the fucking beast. Love that dude. One of my favorite dudes to watch. I would have tuned in to Impact just to watch him wrestle. So I really think that would have been a good boom for the X Division, because the X Division stacked. Literally, when I think about No Surrender, and they had that what do they call that match? That triple threat revolver gauntlet match or whatever. Sammy would have been perfect to slide right in there as a surprise final entry and then win it right there. That'd have been dope. That'd have been dope. Major shocker. Final guy. Sammy Guevara. Would have been dope. But, you know, things don't happen the way they are. So it's going to be interesting to really see, like, with the Inner Circle literally falling apart, the rumor that Miss Thea Trinidad is going to be managing them boys Proud and Powerful. Who knows what's going to happen with Hager? Do you really care? Probably not. Jericho going to be Jericho, and MJF and Wardlow will do MJF and Wardlow things, and the Inner Circle, it was a nice run, the end. And, you know, Sammy have a nice little face run for a while if that's what they decide to do with him booking wise. So it is what it is with that. So now that we're going to shut Tony Khan's forbidden door and we're going to open up the big giant cage that is the Elimination Chamber, because we have two Elimination Chamber matches. We have a women's tag team title match. We have a United States Championship match. And I have to wonder for the umpteenth fucking time, where's my Queen Asuka? Because what the fuck are you doing, WWE? You know what? We're not going to talk about that. Lacey Evans had sex. That is the excuse for why she's not wrestling why Asuka's not wrestling. However, Keith Lee gets his ass whooped, and we then open our pay-per-view on the pre-show with John Morrison, Mustafa Ali, Elias, and Ricochet in a four-way to see who will be in the place to replace him, and John Morrison won. So if you could do that for your U.S. title match, why wouldn't you do that for your women's champion who hasn't defended the title in God knows how long? But though, I have an answer, but it's going to wait until we get to Morrison, Big Black Bobby, and your bro, Matt Riddle, because I will never just call him Riddle because I still think that's bullshit. Anyway, we have our first Elimination Chamber. Cesaro, Jey Uso, KO, King Corbin, Sami Zayn, and Daniel Bryan. See, the lead up to this and the booking of this stuff is kind of like you're kind of telegraphing your card here, and it wasn't that I wasn't even thinking that until right before the pay-per-view started, because I'm sitting up here and I'm thinking, well, Edge has got to make a decision at some point, and I'm looking and I'm thinking, well, if Drew McIntyre is still the champion, I would love to see that. Edge and Drew McIntyre would love to see that. I'm kind of like, well, I don't want to see Edge and Roman because of the reasons you wouldn't. Tribal Chief heel asshole Roman Reigns with Paul Heyman assist is some of the best thing in professional wrestling today, and I don't want to see that ruined by Edge. So, no. Given that, I'm going to break my rule about NXT and simply sit up here and say, yes, Edge versus Finn Balor would have been dope as fuck, but Finn Balor's got some other problems to deal with, including something that doesn't have any to do with him, but everything to do with him with the implosion of Undisputed Era. Moment of silence for Undisputed Era. Anyway, given all of this, this was the chamber match I was looking forward to more than the Raw one, because I kind of had a feeling they was gonna try to do what they always do and make Drew look magically strong somehow. But given that at this point you're watching a review of somebody who watched this thing, you already know what happened. But let's just pretend that we don't, right? So everybody got a chance to shine. And that's what I appreciate about this Elimination Chamber. Because somebody like Cesaro, who doesn't need a stage to show that he's one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet, got into an Elimination Chamber and showed why he's one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet, right? As I look at the rest of the competitors in this match, and I sit up here and think, well, I was kind of thinking that they might have had Jey Uso win it, and then he would just got finger poker doom, or just laid down for the family and did that. I'm like, the old screwy jobby KOE stuff and, you know, all that old good stuff. Paul Heyman, Adam Pearce, blah blah blah, whatever. King Corbin's in there because you need an ass to fill a seat. Sami Zayn is in there because you need another ass to fill a seat. And Daniel Bryan, the people that the man who won the match, who everybody wanted to win, won it, and all the fuck he got for his consolation prize was fucking choked out by the Tribal Chief. So what was the point? I'm like, I understand that after Daniel Bryan outlasts them all, gets choked out by the Tribal Chief, rolls out the ring, Edge spears Roman, and now we have our title match. Again, this was the thing that scared me, because this like, because see, who in a booking situation does Edge and Roman Reigns benefit? Either one of them as characters. The answer is nobody. If Reigns beats him, it's just another episode of I am dominant heel champion, suck my balls. If Edge wins it, it's old man part-timer beats best heel in company. What the fuck are you doing? Nobody wins. Literally, real fucking shit. Nobody Nobody wins with this booking, no matter what. But then when you really think about your other choices of the thing that happened at the end of this pay-per-view or NXT, then it's kind of like, well, what poison do you want to take, though? Who knows? But it is what it is with that. Next up is our U.S. title match that had John Morrison slotted in it because Keith Lee couldn't wrestle. Because poor Keith Lee. You deserve better, buddy. You do. You might do. You might do. You might do. But anyway, this is probably my other favorite match of the night, and here's why. The finish. The match was the match. Like, Riddle, Clown, Big Black Bobby did what Big Black Bobby do when John Morrison did stuff, right? So, fair enough. Number one, Riddle pinned John Morrison to win the title. All because Lashley was distracted. So, in the episode of Let's Do This the Right Way, the Best Way We Can, Bobby Lashley still looked strong because he didn't take the pin. Riddle put on a performance. John Morrison was just there to replace somebody else. And now you've got something going. Given how the night ended, Riddle's not going to have to worry about Big Black Bobby because Big Black Bobby is probably finna get ready to be the champion somewhere. So I'm fine with that. I'm like, I appreciate the use of a crutch that MVP will just happen to be walking on because MVP needs a crutch for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody whooped his ass, but we're not going to get into that either. I appreciate that psychology of getting the belt off Lashley to get Lashley somewhere else so he can be where he belongs with Matt Riddle sitting up here and becoming your mid-card champion. It's perfect booking. I appreciate the match. The match was the match. The match was hot. I just appreciate the booking of it and the psychology behind the booking. I want to see what Matt Riddle can do with U.S. champion. I want to know what the original Bro can do with the U.S. title. I want to see if they can really get some good matches out of some people. It's gonna be a dope thing to see, and it's gonna be great that this WrestleMania moment is gonna be defending that title because I really don't think they're gonna take that title off him until sometime after Mania is over, if that at all, or he gonna have a nice little title reign. But we shall see. Right now, I have planned to play a remix to My Hole. I'm not gonna do that. I should. I can. I might still. I'm thinking about it because I got it right here in front of me. I could do that. Like, I could. I'm like, because I'm thinking, what do I gain from playing this song about this woman who literally ruptured her asshole on a ring apron? What do I get out of that? I don't know. I think that remix by Josiah Williams is hella funny. You know what I'm saying? I do. You know what I'm saying? Play it loud. I ain't want no Jonah done this time. I want to try to bring me down. And I don't let them know that I'm the greatest. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna play the My Whole remix. I was gonna do all this dancing and all this stuff. Oh, we're doing it now? Started on a Friday night. Go to that with my entrance. Go to the big old butt. Go to down, get on up. I go to catch your fella. Shout out Nikki Bella. Go to can I touch? Go to talk, take it. Go to town to get apron. Go to town to get shake it. Go to town to get shake it. Okay, I did the thing. It was kind of strange that it was coming out the thing, but I'm not going to question it. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know whether or not the sound is even coming up on the thing. It probably wouldn't because you would think it would, though. Because you would think that because it's something that's playing over the audio that it would. So we're going to find out together whether or not y'all actually heard that or just me singing me hearing it in my earphones. You're going to find out. We're going to know. I don't know how it came across. It's kind of weird that it did not, but live television. So it is what it is. I'm like, royalty-free music collection. Thank you, Gmail, for that. Anyway, women ruptures butthole. Okay, cool. That's what we are. Women ruptures butthole. So it is slowly looking like it's gonna be the EST versus the Boss at Mania. That's what it's looking like. What was weird about this whole thing is that Bianca did not go back to NXT at all and show up. That was the only weird thing about this whole thing. She kicked it with Asuka. She been kicking it with Sasha. No NXT, which I think is kind of weird. But at the same time, NXT got their own shit going on. You know, the whole Rhea Ripley's not your champion thing. We're not going to get into that right now either. Thing is that it would have made for an interesting conundrum had Bianca and Sasha won the titles, but I don't know what they're going to do with the tag team titles at all, because Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler, but I got a feeling that I know where this is going. Lana and Naomi going to win it at Mania. I really think that's the program you build. Either they lose it before Mania at Fastlane or on a random Raw or something, or you get to Mania and then Lana gets her WrestleMania moment by becoming the tag team, one half of the tag team champions. That's all I can really say about that. Match was pretty decent. Otherwise, something about Reginald, but we're not finna get into Reginald right now because fuck about Reginald and everybody. But it is what it is. That's it. It's done. Internet, give me a second, because I'm literally concerned right now. Like, I literally am concerned about whether or not stuff was supposed to be playing correctly. Let me see. Did I delete that? Okay, let me see. Yeah, I can't see this. Oh, wait, there is no file. I moved all... Oh, wait, I did move all that stuff. I moved all that stuff. Damn. This is what people get mad for. Let me say something real quick. Oh, wow. Okay, that sound did not come through at all, which is super insanely strange. So, I'm going to have to fix that before or later. I'm going to have to fix that. So, anyway, your main event of the evening, Drew McIntyre, AJ Styles with almost assist. Jeff Hardy, Kofi Kingston, repping G4 for some reason. Randy Orton and Sheamus. For the umpteenth time, Drew McIntyre wins because Drew McIntyre has to look strong. However, though, we're going to rewind it because there were a couple of vignettes that happened this evening between The Miz, Bad Bunny, and Puerto Rican man Damian Priest. We're not going to get into that. Later, The Miz was saw talking to MVP. And then after Drew McIntyre sat up her, hit an air bicycle kick like who came from Mortal Kombat, trying to counter an AJ Styles phenomenal forearm, Drew McIntyre looks strong again. The Miz comes out, hit him with a DDT, kicks out, but then hit him with the Skull Crusher finale, and you have a new World Wrestling Entertainment Heavyweight Champion of the world. I don't know. See, the thing was, Streets was on it, and I agree with the block, for real. That when Miz was on talking smack, talking that good shit, he should have been a champion then. There should have been a lot of things that happened at that point in time then about the how and or why, right? You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like that. I'm like, it's like, but I literally wonder, is all of this literally because of Bad Bunny? But let's also rewind it and think about it like this. Otis wasn't finna do nothing with it. The last couple of people who had the damn briefcase didn't do shit with it. So it's good to know that the briefcase is still lethal. Hell, if they're not gonna have a Money in the Bank pay-per-view, you now have something for people to do. You can literally open WrestleMania with a Money in the Bank briefcase if you really want to do something mega screwy like that. I don't know. The Miz is the champion. What you really gonna do about that, I don't know. But Raw's gonna be interesting tonight because the Miz is going to be clowning. I'm like, I don't know how fast they literally finna get Drew to blow him off, or if he really gonna be dealing with Lashley, and probably more likely than not, they probably told you to finish the Raw for real. Literally, it's gonna be a blow off, and Lashley gonna get involved again, which is gonna start their program for the Miz to go do whatever he finna do on this road to WrestleMania. Because again, our WrestleMania, it looks to be set so far. Edge and Roman. It's heavily looking like Bianca and Sasha, right? It's heavily looking that way, you know. So I don't know. It's like everything else within the next couple of weeks is probably gonna set itself. I'm interested to see what's gonna pop up with Big E because him and Apollo got something going on or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see what's going on with that on SmackDown and everything else that is the WWE. But we shall see. Regardless of that, we've got plenty of more show for all of you. So please, we do ask that you politely sit back, relax, and stay tuned with me. You know what it is? Of course, it's the Pop That Thing, the one on triple the G.O.D, a.k.a. Mr. CRCKCLCINA. Hashtag entertainment's #1 dope man. And indeed, I am the baddest monster in existence, and don't you ever, ever, ever forget it. One more time for the hood. Everybody's favorite thing, the Green Monster Squishmallow. So right about the family, the congregation. May y'all be praying for holding down my 6 all day long. Nothing but love for all of y'all. All of y'all. The ladies of rage, setting the world in place. Yes, indeed. Bessie, Janine, Magdalene, Aunt Turn, Annalise, your girl and mine, Miss Martha K, Miss Marceline, hold down the Unos, Doses, Thraces, and Quattro. Shout out to Big Sis, Big Cousin, and Little Sis. Y'all holding it down on the Unos, Doses, Quates, and Quattro as well. Can't do it without you. At this juncture, if you made it to the end of this, man, it's like not a lot of people do. You know, y'all know what to do, but if you knew and you don't, subscribe button, bell, you know what I'm saying? Those are important to keep up with that crack and everything. My social media links are down below. And if you want to support the show with your cash money, Cash App, PayPal, Patreon. Shout out to my boy Drew, aka Young Money Bags, and shout out to my little brother Ron Bomber holding me down. One half of the partners in time, me holding down the other side of the coin. You know what it is. Look, another episode of the Savage Era complete. So, we got more work to do, so please, sit back, relax, and stay tuned. We got plenty more show for all of y'all, and we've got to wrap the commercial messages. Oh boy, I gotta drink some water. See, I wasn't prepared, and I have no water. That's embarrassing. Had hiccups live, but I'm not finna redo a 30-minute video because my evil laughs and go around. So ha 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 ha. See, that works. See, doesn't activate the hiccups. But seriously, more show for all of y'all right after these commercial messages.